goes the way of the Rockets. They'll have it first as we're underway in Houston. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul to Anthony. Jay, what's going to be good enough this year for the Rockets to get to the NBA Finals?
Well, you need CP3 to be healthy, but also I think James Harden needs to continue to build on his play in the playoffs in particular. Those last 6 games against the Golden State Warriors, he really struggled from the three-point line. He shot 37% during the regular season. He shot 20% in the Western Conference Finals.
Paul across the timeline. 5-point game. To P.J. Tucker. Beyond the arc for 3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Right down Broadway. 4-2.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Now Paul with the basketball. They trail by 7. Tucker. A bad pass as the Pistons come away with it. Bullock matched up with Carmelo Anthony. And the reward, he's going to the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Stanley Johnson at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. Can't connect on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Harden in possession. 8-0 is the score. They get it down to Paul. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
It's James Harden once again. James Harden missed his first. That one goes. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He's a scorer and an elite passer.
Harden with it up top. Down 8.
I got him. I got ball. I got ball.
To Capella. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Clint Capella at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 48% free throw shooter. Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Here's Smith. Harden's on him. Here comes the screen. Is Smith. Throws it down.
An easy 2. Get back on defense.
It's in the hands of Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Easy path to the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Bullock, guarded by CP3. Passed it off. And he'll go to the foul line.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Ish Smith, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 66%. And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. Harden into the front court. Right now, down 7. Anthony to Harden. Pass stolen by Detroit. To Smith. Count the basket at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Harden. Driving right to the basket. Driving is Harden, but he can't get it to go down. Clint Capella, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ballgame.
Ish Smith. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Ish Smith. Whoa, what a finish. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Gordon's shot misses. The follow won't go either. And a nice finish at the rim. Long key from 3/4 court. First quarter's complete. The Pistons have the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Tonight, everyone gets free pizza.
Gets a look, can't hit. Harden with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Right now, the Pistons have the basketball. Well, can't do that.
A simple touch foul.
Austin Rivers, that's his first personal foul. Team foul number
Ish Smith. To Luke Kennard. Going to launch beyond the arc. And the Rockets clear the board. Rivers to bring it into the front court. Down 5. Add 2 points to the board. Ish Smith to Luke Kennard. Nice finish at the rim.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. Austin Rivers to Harden. For three, with James Harden, muscle memory. Gets it to go.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Ish Smith, guarded by the former Dookie. Ish Smith, 2 of 4 now.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Here's Harden with the rock. To Rivers. Fires the 3. Defense was ready. Tough shot for Austin Rivers. Down low to Smith. Goes reverse to lay it in.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Changes coming from both sides right now. To Capella. Swallowed up by Drummond. And count the basket.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Tucker. Pistons clear the board. To Griffin. And the Rockets have the rebound. No, I missed a short one there. Ish Smith. He's now 4 for 6. And now Houston has the basketball. Tucker to Capella. Andre Drummond sends it away. Ish Smith snatching it out of the air.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To P.J. Tucker. It's good.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Jose Calderon, defended by Knight. Down the lane, the shot won't fall. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
And throws it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Reggie Jackson, he's 2 for 2 now.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Harden. Oh, good offense, beating good defense.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Jackson to Smith. Had a chance, but it's no good.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
And Ish Smith, not sure why he was left that wide open. Hits the three.
Great shot by the offense, but the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide open three.
Time expires to end the first half with the Pistons way out in front.
Time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
It's Detroit's ball. Ish Smith to Drummond. Shot from the lane won't go.
When I saw this team come out and warm up, everybody looked focused. They looked into the game before the game even started. I saw a completely different team at halftime. Guys were coasting around. Guys were talking to girls in the stands. Guys were playing around with the ball boys. They weren't focused, and it's showing up right now in the second half.
Defense, let's go.
Ish Smith to Griffin. The big fella, Andre Drummond. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is going to get a chance at three here. A career 81% free throw shooter. First try at the line, no good. Second and three is good. Can't take advantage. 1 for 3 at the line. Ish Smith. 4-3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jacking back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Paul to Harden. From the painted area, won't go down. Chris Paul pins it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Harden in possession. Trailing by 14 to Anthony. Andre Drummond tips it. Terrific hustle. Ball stays in play, and he'll head to the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big-time play.
Carmelo Anthony has got 2 shots coming. He's struggled so far. Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws.
Keep working him out, boy. You can't
Ish Smith to Stanley Johnson. Here comes the screen. Ish Smith matched up with Capella to Griffin. Shot clock to 4 for the Pistons. Deep 2 there, won't go. Anthony to P.J. Tucker. Chance for Chris Paul, and strokes it.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
Harden with it up top. The deficit now up to a dozen. To P.J. Tucker. Good look that time, but off the mark. Bullock guarded by CP3. Knocked loose. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
P.J. Tucker trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Whoops, that won't go. Jackson with it. Lead stands at 10. Reggie Jackson, very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Here's a chance from long range. Always has a chance for Tucker, but not that time. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
He drills the 3.
Oh, okay. I don't see any more phantom screens like I did in the first half. I actually see people being hit, which opens up three-point shooters to operate off those screens. It's all coming together.
Oh, they called a foul.
His timing was a tad bit off.
First foul in the final 2 minutes. Substitutions, Detroit.
Ish Smith to Luke Kennard. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Has a look, and he drains it. Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. Slams it down. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
The pass set it all up.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Harden into the front court. The deficit now up to 13. Curling inside. Short jumper misses. To Jackson. Won't go. Anthony. Got it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Jackson with it. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Sheer strength to slam it down. He ran right through the gauntlet.
Number 1, Reggie Jackson.
I'm here. I got ball.
Third quarter comes to an end. The Pistons with a nice advantage. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
And the finish at the rim.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Chris Paul, that's his second personal foul. Team foul number 1.
To Smith. Cashes in for 2.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line, because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Clint Capella with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
It goes down.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
The assist from number 0, Andre.
It's Rockets ball.
I got ball. I got ball.
Paul to P.J. Tucker. From long range, knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Consistency wins a game. Sometimes you have to double down. I'm sure that's what their coach told them to do in the locker room. Keep shooting your shot.
Clint Capella. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Entering the game for the Pistons, number 7, Stanton Johnson.
Griffin. And scores.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm, and that's what we saw.
Chris Paul with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 86% from the line. It's the free throw. Here's Smith, picked up by Rivers. Here comes the screen. Griffin to Reggie Jackson. The big fella, Andre Drummond. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor to P.J. Tucker. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Cleans it up to Jackson. Off the assist.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Capella. Fires the three. Man, that was a tough shot.
Well, easy difference there. In the first half, the offense allowed the defense to settle into their half-court sets defensively. and that's why the shots were all contested. But now since they picked up the pace of the game, they're getting a lot more action out of transition threes. Oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Jay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Stepping in for Detroit, number 25, Reggie Bullock.
Griffin. And scores. Strong take.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Anthony. And the rebound taken in by Jackson. Drummond defended by Tucker. Can't connect from inside. Paul into the front court. His guys down by 9. Pass down low to Carmelo. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Carmelo Anthony at the line for a chance at a three-point play. At this juncture, he's shooting 60% from the line. Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. Pistons ball here. Can't miss those. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Jackson with it. Up 6. To Griffin. Oh, look out. Blake Griffin. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
Come on. You knew that setup was coming the whole game. But you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Detroit Pistons, number 7, Dennis Johnson.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. Lets it fly from long range. Misfires. It's no good. Jackson with it. It's an 8-point lead. Knocked loose. Stays in bounds. Really good hustle. Almost. Unlucky bounce. Won't go. The Pistons are the winners as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Pistons got the win in a nail-biter. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Detroit Pistons. The Rockets must be devastated after such a close loss. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. The Rockets got their point scoring from these guys on screen.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are the upcoming matchups for the Houston Rockets. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.